Hello, you lovely people. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Scott Beeks, and today we are going through the 4 principles of serve receive. Principle number 1. This is our starting position. The first thing we need to understand about our starting position is that it's a balance of time and range. Just like in defense, we could stand back here and get loads of time, but with every step we take back, the less range we're taking as a serve receiver. And with every step we're taking forward, the less time we're giving ourselves, but the more range we're taking. And we have to prioritize the range as a receiver, because there's no point being back here and getting no touch, because then we're not even improving our touch. It's better to be here, at least get a touch, but our quality of touch might not be as good because we're having to serve receive it now at 7 or 8 feet versus sometimes getting the luxury of serve receiving at 12 feet because our time increases. And we have to understand we're not just covering or thinking about the range laterally, we also need to think about the range of a drop and a jam. And if somebody just has a jam, then hey, I can serve receive back here at 10 feet and give myself that time for a great quality of touch. But if somebody doesn't have a jam and they just have a wide right and a wide left and maybe a drop, then I need to make sure I understand and take that into considerations. So the server's ability, the server's range, and the server's points as a server dictates my starting position. Now, the second principle of receive is find the midpoint. The midpoint is defined by the point between the 2 furthest balls serves available. So if this is a right-handed serve, that is a left-handed serve, I am in the middle of the 2 furthest points available to the server. I must be in this midpoint because if for some reason I just cheat and I stay too close to this ball here, this right-handed serve, if they now hit that left-handed serve, I'm not going to cover the distance in time. And if I start here, it's the same thing. I'm not going to be able to cover the distance in time. The third principle of serve receive is reading of the toss. So right now, we found our starting position, great. We're in our midpoint, great. And now we are watching the server and we are reading the toss out of their hand. Because right now, if they fake toss it and we now shuffle too early, lefty's free. And if for some reason we read it too late, we're not now going to cover this right-handed serve in time. And so we need to stay true to our midpoint and we need to read as soon as that ball has left the hand of the server, we know that this isn't available anymore. If they're here and they then toss it, as soon as this ball leaves their left hand and they're about to serve it with their right hand, that ball is no longer available. This ball is now available. And if they have a right-handed reverse, this now becomes available. And so what went from being in the midpoint between the right-handed and left-handed serve now changes, principle 2, and we shuffle to the new midpoint, which is again between the 2 furthest points available. Right-handed cut potentially, and the right-handed reverse. So it's how quickly can we move and shuffle step to this new midpoint to ensure that we can now cover the ground for the right-handed cut and get our feet down quick enough that we can still reach back to the reverse. Oftentimes we will see people shuffle step, but they shuffle too late, this foot won't be down, and then they don't have that reach back for the reverse. And so the timing is, as soon as that ball has been tossed, the millisecond it leaves the server's hand, can we, by the time the ball hits the net, shuffle and get to the new midpoint. Something really important to understand when we are reading the toss is that when we are on the midpoint, between two of the furthest points available, we can be here, none of our weight is on our heel, we're ready to move, and we can either lean. This lean gives us then ability to, as soon as the ball is tossed, we can shuffle quickly. So if they have that ball and they look as if they're about to hit a left-handed serve, they're about to toss, or they're faking that left-handed serve, we can just be leaning towards it, but then as soon as it's tossed, bang, explosive to the new midpoint. Or what we can do, what some players do, is called adjustment steps. And they're just adjusting in the midpoint. They are never having their foot in the air for long because you cannot move until your foot is back on the floor. And so if they do a big step or they keep their foot in the air for a long time, they can't now move until that foot is back on the floor. And therefore they could be late to reading the toss when it is eventually tossed. Now, the fourth and final principle in serve receive is the end position. Just like in the start position, we need to be aware of the balance of time and range. Okay, again, the further we go out, the more time we're giving ourselves, but the less range we're taking. The further we come in, we're taking great range, but we're not giving ourselves time. And time equals quality. And we want quality to come up with a good quality of touch when we get that serve receive. And so when we do our shuffle step, we need to ensure that we are not always shuffling away. Because if we start shuffling away and this ball is being hit there, I'm on my midpoint, and then as soon as the toss is done, bang, I come here, I can't reach that ball because I shuffled away. And just like we talked about, the further we go away, the less range we're taking. And so I did all these things right, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, but just on stage 4, when I now read the toss, I shuffled too far out. And now when I shuffled too far out, it killed my range and I wasn't able to touch this ball. Alrighty, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.